Special on Fridays. If you don't mind, I'd like to do that for you now. Yes, I want to check the weather forecast. Yeah. What you doing, baby?
It's raining men.
Oh, look out.
Hallelujah,
It's definitely rain in bed, my friends, and that means only one thing every Friday. Yes, it's time to hide the women and children, because we bring to you now Men's on Ball with a glorious Leslie Dove.
Hello.
Hey, Leslie, how's it going?
Live from Men's International, where we'll be doing some ultimate tailgating of our own this weekend. Don't forget, the first 500 girly men will receive a free fanny pack.
That's what I was afraid of.
Something to put this stuff in, too. It's going to be...
You helped load them up this
By the
morning.
way, I love that band Fallout.
Fallout.
Didn't they used to date Julia Roberts a long time ago? Jimmy, did you just say that Bono and Jimmy Buffett were on the same airplane?
Yeah, they were that one time.
It's a damn shame them Jamaicans weren't better shots, I can tell you that. Just had a tall boy, he wasn't a small boy.
It's the disco version, I believe.
Wasting away again here at Cox Radio. It's a different version. Well, the shooting has been world class this season. The ball handling second to none. And how about them Hawks?
Also, well, those Hawks.
The Hawks in first place. Gas is $2 a gallon. Ohio State didn't choke, and the Kimmer still has a job. The world must be coming to an end.
Who would have thought?
What's next? They're going to let Pete fill in or something? I mean, it must be some ISDN clown from San Diego.
Let's not go crazy, all right?
I mean, maybe things will change now that that blooming idiot's gone. Anyway, the Packers game is this Sunday, and they plan to keep it away from Seahawk cornerback Richard Sherman.
Sherman, yeah.
As a matter of fact, Aaron Rodgers said the only passes he'll make towards Richard Sherman will be in the locker room after. On the field, Aaron will avoid Sherman the way he avoids women unless cameras are rolling, you know. I love his new beard.
It's a little fishy.
It looks like Aaron could have defensive linemen in his face all day, and, you know, the Seahawks pass rush is pretty intense as well. Kind of a recurring theme here. Meanwhile, the New England Patriots are preparing for their contest with the Indianapolis Colts.
Colts.
Apparently, Coach Belichick has been so busy, he hired Steve McCoy and Michael Lukovich to steal all the Colts' plays for him. You know, experts in the field.
Subterfuge, yes.
You know, I can relate to all the criticism leveled at Coach Belichick this week.
Really? What do you mean?
Well, Al Wesley Dove was once caught in an illegal formation myself. I was over in Athens doing some sightseeing, and anyway, it's a long story, you know.
I can think so, yeah.
I didn't go to the Parthenon because I didn't have time to visit no clubs.
See any clubs, yeah.
Anyway, Kimmer.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of New England, the bad news is former Patriot Aaron Hernandez is on trial for 3 murders.
Murders, yeah.
The good news is Aaron has just been hired to speak next month at Kennesaw State. You know what they call a panel discussion out there at Kennesaw State?
No, I don't, sir.
Murderer's Row. And until next time, this has been Leslie Dove. I'll see you at Phillips Arena. Go Hawks, swish, swish.
Thank you, Leslie. Leslie Dove.
Bring it here.
Oh, no.
Bring it to me.
No, you don't have it again, sir.
Working on that for 8 years. John Kerry calling.
Yes, sir.
From France. Did you say a 13-year-old girl is on a crime spree?
13-year-old girl, yeah.
I guess it's never too early to prepare for a speaking career at Kennesaw State. I hear they've got a killer lineup scheduled for this spring. Well, thanks for playing that sound clip, Kemmer. Boy,
Yes,
the
sir.
crowds in France really love James Taylor.
Really?
Yeah, he also sang, "Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I saw a French girl who shaved under her arm."
Seen everything
James
now.
didn't really say that. He didn't really see that. He just sucking up to the crowd, you know.
Never been one.
I'll never forget when I got James Taylor's first album years ago.
Yeah, really? Well.
It came with its own needle.
No!
I mean, the way his popularity shot up, you'd have thought he was Philip Seymour Hoffman.
It really shot up, did it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The psychiatrist told him he had to get back on the horse, you know. But enough about Carly Simon.
Joe!
You know, James Taylor even took time in Paris to do a tribute to the Kimmer.
The tribute to the Kimmer? I didn't hear about that.
They tell me it's a certain thing. The Kimmer will be gone by spring. He won't be there, no. Because he ain't got a friend, no. He ain't Michael Graham, ain't it good to know? Enough of that.
Yes, sir.
I assured the people of France, though, that President Obama has their back.
They're back. All right, sir.
Just kind of like the Beach Street Police Chief. Well, anyway.
Yeah. Holmes and easy.
I understand Duke University bowed to pressure. They're calling off that Muslim call to prayer.
Muslim call to prayer.
The good news is the ceremony will be held in its entirety over at Kennesaw State tomorrow, complete with a speech from Mullah Omar.
Oh, there you go.
Speaking of colleges, Kimmer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Why is that woman's university in Holyoke or Holyoke or what? Why are they canceling
Mount Holyoke, a college for girls?
Right.
Yeah, Mount Holyoke.
That's right. Why are they canceling Jane Fonda's one-woman show?
Well, no, sir. The show they're canceling was the Vagina Monologues. So it's.
Well, that's right. That's what I said.
Sorry. We might have misunderstood.
That sponsorship from Massengill lined up. It's a shame. I wonder what.
You understand? The lady behind it went into a bar and ordered a vinegar and water on the rocks. I don't know what the hell that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's John Kerry right there.
Why did she order a vinegar and water?
No lettuce.
Give that old bag over there whenever she wants to.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Mercy. Here we go. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer on News Radio.
John Boy needs to be a good boy if he wants to be reunited with his wife in the great beyond, because all dogs go to heaven.
Oh.
That was a movie.
She's a lovely gal.
I wanted to call and just say that Brett the truck driver makes a good point.
What's that, sir?
What was his point again?
Something about an airport and
Yeah, you know, I mean, when you're half the show, they can't all be Jims, you know? I mean, when did he become co-host? I must have missed him. Well, I almost had another heart attack. The Kimmer actually complimented me a while back.
I did. I said something.
Yeah, you notice how us Democrats talk really tough about terrorists 10 years after we're out of office?
Right.
I mean, don't forget I was the president who passed up a dozen chances to kill bin Laden because I was too busy getting favors under the table.
That's right.
Not to mention bribes.
Yeah, those other things.
Yeah, a fact never mentioned by the brain-dead 9/11 Commission, whose members were kind of like Burl Ellis jurors when it came to giving me a break.
Apparently, sir.
Too bad that Burl Ellis wasn't convicted, Kimmer.
Oh, what do you mean, sir?
Well, he could have gotten a speaking gig over at Kennesaw State. You know, Kennesaw State has an exciting new lecture planned for next month.
Oh, they do? I didn't hear. What?
Yeah, it's called Keys to a Happy Marriage with your host, Fred Tokars, so you don't want to miss that.
Oh, famous Atlanta murderer of his wife. Wow.
And I'm glad we're finally relaxed and travel to Cuba, because maybe I can pick up some cigars that people are willing to smoke.
That you can actually light. I don't know.
You make a good point. What was Brett's point again? It was a great call. He just should have honked that horn about 7 seconds sooner.
Well, there you go.
It's great to be on the
Thank
show.
you so much, Mr. Former Pretend President.
I got to get a new humidor. I know that.
This one stinks. 122. News Radio 1067. 844-404-1060. What do you mean, sir?
Well, I think I'm the only one in the Kimmer audience who understood what Brent the truck driver was trying to say.
We're still working on that one. I don't...
Thank God I don't have Alzheimer's.
No, that's what I was thinking.
What was I talking about anyway?
I don't remember, sir.
Why would Holyoke College cancel a speech by Saxby Chambliss? Did he get a yeast infection again?
No, sir. They canceled the vagina monologue.
Oh, I thought it was a description of his 12 worthless years in the Senate helping Democrats out. Finally, some good news for the royal family, Mr. Heston.
Really?
It couldn't come a moment sooner for Buckingham Palace. Have you heard it?
No, what happened?
Prince Andrew has decided to marry his childhood sweetheart.
Oh, really?
Well, she's still in her childhood. He's 54, I think.
He likes him young.
Pete Davis told me they're holding the ceremony in Mississippi where it's still barely legal.
Barely legal.
Yeah, Papa John's ought to hire that DeKalb delivery woman as their new spokesman, Mr. Heston.
Their new spokesman.
Well, she has a hell of a lot better aim than Peyton Manning does.
Shot the guy in the face. You know.
Think I'll fake an injury.
My arm.
I think it's broken.
Hey.
Looks like you forfeit. You know, the rules do allow for a substitution. The answer's time for a visitor from the mysterious East.
Yes, sir.
Charnak, the
Charnak,
Magnificent.
the Magnificent.
The answer to this question is Murder, She Wrote.
Murder, She Wrote.
How did Angela Davis describe the subject of her speech at Kennesaw State? The answer to this question is half a loaf.
Half a loaf.
What do they call a part-time job at the SCLC?
SCLC, what's that stand for again?
The Southern Chase Lounge Conference, I think.
There you go.
A hardwood floor and Josh Earnest.
A hardwood floor and spokesman Josh Earnest.
Name two things you might find under a rug. I guess I should talk. When I was on that series, The Colbys, Ricardo Montalban and I were held at gunpoint and forced to trade toupees. It was a cliffhanger.
I remember that series.
The answer I hold in my hand, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
the last envelope for this afternoon.
Thank you, God.
May your only son send Coach Sandusky a letter of intent. He's not even coaching anymore, so it's a very bad sign if he sends him a letter of intent.
In prison, maybe. Coach Liz.
Fruit roll-ups.
Fruit roll-ups.
What do they call sleeping bags over there at Cox Broadcasting?
Oh, no.
Sam Saladin.
Thank you so much.
And I'll see you, Sugarloaf.
Thank you, Charlton. Look out. It's only me. It's only the Kimmer. A News Radio 106.7. 844-404-1067. All right, let's get to Jason on News Radio 106.7 with a perm for the Kimmer. Hello.